All right. Welcome back. That was White and Nerdy by Weird Al Yankovic. Goodness gracious, it's a crazy song. This is a very unique song. But yeah, we're back. You're listening to WHFH Homewood. Wait, hold up.
You got it.
You're listening to WHFH 88.5 FM Flossmoor. The call-in number is 708-798 WHFH. Once again, the call-in number is 708-798-9434. You are back with two B's in a pod. Cast.
Yeah! I got it.
Look,
okay.
Every time, like, this is probably gonna be like a once in a lifetime thing.
Mm-hmm.
If we have guests and like one of us is absent, like me or Christian, y'all will do the two B's in a podcast.
Okay.
Phrase.
Okay.
All right. We're back with Noah Allen, our episode 5 guest, and we are down to our first topic.
Yes.
Which is Noah's journey with theater.
I love theater. I love theater.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't remember exactly when I, developed an interest in theater.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember going to see Aladdin, when I was like, I want to say I was like 8, on Broadway in Chicago, and I just remember being like, oh my God, like I was obsessed, and then I asked my parents, I was like, how can I do this? How can I do this outside of school? Because at the elementary school I went to, only the 4th and 5th graders were allowed to do like the school play that we did. So, and I was in like 3rd grade at the time. So I was like, I need to do this now. They put me in this small, really not good show in like a church basement.
Yikes.
Yeah, when I was like 8, and I played like the villain. I don't even remember what the plot was.
Well, you played the villain in a church. Wait.
It wasn't a church play, but it was a show in a church basement.
What was the plot?
I don't remember.
Goodness gracious.
I don't remember.
It had to be some type of like superhero story.
It was something dumb, but I just remember really liking it, but I wasn't like in love with being on stage. You know what I mean? Like I liked theater. I liked the process of theater, but being on stage like caused me a lot of anxiety, and I didn't love that feeling. When I was in elementary school, 4th and 5th grade, the only thing you could do was be in cast. So I did cast for both of those shows. And then COVID hit, my 5th grade,
Dark times.
Dark times. COVID hit my 5th grade year.
Do you bad, bruh.
And I kind of got taken away from theater, which I think that's why, one of the reasons why COVID hit me so hard. We came back my 7th grade year. I remember the first show that I did at Parker was it was like a Sherlock Holmes show, and I remember that show was so fun. It was bad, but I was on costumes and makeup crew, and I just remember being like, yeah, this is it, man. Like this is so
crazy.
Amazing.
That's very unique. I think like even just talking about like the first, I would say 10 minutes of your journey with theater, like with most kids who enter to that area of being in the theater capacity, they want to be the main character. They want to be the main attraction. Like, you're coming here to see me. For you, it's very special how you were able to kind of like contribute in your own way.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to kind of be in the spotlight. Not because you were unequipped, but you just didn't want that for yourself.
I can act. Like I don't think I'm a bad.
I could tell. Hey, look, if y'all didn't see Noah's what was it called? The trailer that you had.
Oh, the phone, yeah.
The phone trailer.
Oh yeah.
Where she was like opening the door and she was like, hello. Bro, go check that out, man. That's A+ acting right there.
It was okay. But I 7th grade we did Sherlock Holmes. I was the costumes and makeup, and then the musical that we did that spring was Willy Wonka. I also did costumes and makeup. And then when I was in 8th grade, I stage managed the fall.
That was your first?
That was my
first
first time I stage managed something. was when I was in 8th grade. And I remember it was stressful, but I really, really, really liked it. Like I liked the sense of responsibility that I had. I like being in leadership positions. And yeah, I just really enjoyed it. Then second semester of my 8th grade year, we did Beauty and the Beast, and I was in the cast for Beauty and the Beast. I played a small role, but you know that show was bad for a multitude of reasons, and I don't really want to get into that. But Parker Theater, man, that was a time to be had.
Which, I mean, you're building from the ground up, though.
Yeah, but theater is either the best, like, will be the best experience of your life or the worst experience of your life.
There's no in between.
No in between.
Wow.
Not I haven't found that.
Yeah.
And for reasons that I will not go into, when I entered HF, I was very nervous to join the theater program just because of how bad of an experience I had, specifically my 8th grade year going into theater, that I just thought that that's how it was going to be.
Yeah.
But I came to HF Theater. I came to one of the meetings. It was very intimidating as a freshman to see all of these, you know, juniors and seniors. And obviously as a junior now, I'm not intimidating at all, you know, but I was just in such a big space, something that I was not used to coming from a middle school theater. And I was just so overwhelmed, but I was like, this is amazing. Like, I am so glad that I have this opportunity. And then I did my first show at HF, and it was...
Which one was it?
Still Life with Iris.
Still Life with Iris. What was it about?
It was a children's play. It's really hard to explain, but it's like it talks a lot about memories and like remembering who you are and remembering the people around you. It's kind of like a morale kind of thing, but it's a children's book. I can't explain it. It's so hard to explain. Yeah. Because it's like takes place in like a surreal world. You know what I mean?
Futuristic?
No, not even futuristic. It's just like a children's book world. It's like a Dr. Seuss like character. Yeah. It's like it was really colorful, really like abstract.
That sounds awesome.
It was cool. I did run crew for that show. That was a good show to start with. Then my first high school play was One Stoplight Town. That was a show. And then I've acted for the first time at HF, was the New Faces play called Winter Break. And that was an amazing experience. I really loved that show. Not even because of like the content of the play, but just because of how many connections and like how just special that show is to me. And then my freshman year, I did Urinetown, which was the first musical I ever did.
Amen.
And
okay,
nothing will ever compare to that.
Wow.
I think I like died and came back to life. Like me before Urinetown was a completely different person than me after Urinetown. That was probably one of the best experiences of my life. That show, I miss that show so much. Yeah. It was so amazing. And it was just the community was there. Like everyone was just, well, for the most part, was very chill. It was a very emotional show because it was a lot of the seniors' last show. Dang. But yeah, I am going to go into a promo. But after that, I will talk about my sophomore year in theater. Yeah. All right.
We are going to be back.
We will be back. We will
very
be back.
quickly.
We will be back very quickly. Very quickly. You're listening to WHFH 88.5 FM Flossmoor. The call-in number is 708-798-9434. Again, that is 708-798-9434.
What you reading it now, bruh?
I mean, I'm right here. I'm across from it.
We're back with Two B's in a podcast.
Yes,
I'm with Noah Allen, our episode 5 guest. Yes. She just got done explaining her freshman year of theater. We are going through the chronological order of Noah's theater journey, how she became one of the more prominent stage managers, and just structuring some of the greatest HF plays to date. You know what I mean? Not even over exaggerating. We just got done explaining Urinetown.
Yeah, I didn't have a super big role in Urinetown, obviously, because I was a freshman. I was run crew for that show. But that again, 10 out of 10 show. You know,
it's one thing that I love about just theater in general, especially HF theater. Everybody comes together unified to play their own part. Like when I was making your what is it called? When I was making your media graphic for the guest reveal, and I was just thinking about some of the stuff that you did, especially for, and this is probably gonna come up later in conversation, for the Diary of yeah. For the Diary of a Kid play. I was just thinking to myself, like, man, I was in attendance. I was in attendance for Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I was like, there's no.
I wasn't gonna miss it, bro. Even if you didn't tell me to,
because he was like, well, I don't know, like,
bro,
I'm kind of busy.
Even
like,
if she didn't tell me to attend, I would have went anyways. Cause, bro, it's a play.
Whatever,
you know what I mean?
bro.
So just going there, right? The first thing that I thought was, it's a lot of like kids here. Like it's a lot of adults. Like I don't think I'm supposed to be here, bro. Like I didn't feel like I fit.
Yeah, because it was the children's play.
Yeah.
So when you come to the musical, it'll feel a lot more like you're supposed to be there just because the children's play is for kids.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna go into sophomore year.
Yeah.
I only did 2 shows my sophomore year for a multitude of reasons that I will not go into. But first show I did last year was Wizard of Oz. That was the children's play last year. I was Fly. I was on Flies. So it's basically when there's like, there weren't flies in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So when stuff comes out of the sky
Yeah.
and up, I was backstage.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid had like desks and like.
Yeah, nothing. There were no flies for Diary of a Wimpy Kid, but in Wizard of Oz there was a lot of flies.
Yeah.
And so I was back. It's kind of it's like back behind a wall of like rope. And I was the one pulling stuff up and down.
Yeah.
And then for the second show that we did, which was Everybody, I acted in that one.
How hard is it to do that?
Oh, it's insane. It's
like,
heavy.
so how much strength? Like
All of mine.
all of your strength, all of your
All of my
might.
strength. Yes.
Dude.
It's for certain set pieces. Like I had to lift up like full tree trunks. Like they were like
What?
this wide.
So how like, because I know that at certain times within the play, like you have to lift certain things within like a fast time limit, like a rapid time limit.
Yeah, I was back there like, I mean, viewers can't see, but I was back there like
Like she was basically like just swing, like kind of like the little workout thing.
Yeah,
where you,
like
where you pull the ropes.
Yeah,
like that's basically
like.
what she was doing. Bro.
But yeah, that was sophomore year. Sophomore year was not a great year for a lot of reasons. And it wasn't anyone in theater's fault. It was just, circumstantial. But I came back this year.
Yes.
First show was Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I hope you guys came to see it because it was really, really, really good.
One of the best, one of the best plays I've ever seen, man. And I told a lot of people like right after the play, and this may have been like just an intrusive thought or straight off an impulse, but I was like, it's probably up there with Urinetown. Because I saw Urinetown my sophomore year, and I remember, like my very first memory for Urinetown was just, it was the lights. It was the lights, and then it was the singing. Like everybody.
We had really good. Well, I mean, we have really good singers now, but like, there was one, Jasmine Rhodes. She graduated.
Big shout out to Jasmine Rhodes.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Bryce Stewart.
Yes,
man. Oh my gosh, our decorated HF alum. Great theater people, like just great singers, great actors.
Yeah.
Like just super, like just excels, man. Just
they were insane.
Exceeded expectations.
Yeah. But yeah, I stage managed for Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That was my first time ever doing that. That was my first time not first time stage managing, but first time stage managing at that level. And that was my first time stage managing a musical, which was so insane. That craziest thing I could have started off.
Was there anything that could have probably prepared you for that moment?
No.
Like just coming from like Parker, coming from middle school, and just like going from like church basement plays to having to pull tree trunks for.
There was nothing that could have prepared me for HF theater. If you I'm talking like. If you want to compare HF theater and Parker theater is a shoebox and HF theater is a walk-in closet. It's like there is no amount of like words that I can put to like how unprepared I was for the level of like professionalism that is HF theater. Like we have professional equipment
Yeah.
here, which we are so fortunate because I feel like HF is definitely a big art school. There's a lot of emphasis on the arts, I feel like, with HF. And we are just so fortunate, you know, people like me, people like you who are so big in the arts and media to have all of these resources available to us, because I highly doubt that I would know what I want to do in college if I didn't have the resources that I have at HF. So I'm just super thankful that I'm able to, you know, use these things that have been granted to me and to so many other people. But man, oh my gosh, like it was so insane. I remember the first time I saw the backstage area, which you saw a little bit of it, but you have not seen the whole thing.
I didn't see, like, because Noah took me backstage after the Diary of a Wimpy Kid play, and she showed me, like, just everything that was going on, and people talking, people refreshing after the play. And I was just like, man, it's a bunch of community. It really just looks like the real deal. Like, it kind of looked like a junior Hollywood to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when I went on the stage and I looked at like all the seats, I'm like, bro, imagine having to lift like desks and having to get on top of desks.
The good thing about being on stage, especially in that theater, when all the lights are off and when all the house lights are off and the stage lights are on you, you cannot see anything.
At all?
You can't see. It's like you can kind of make out faces, but for the most part, it's like you're looking into like a black void.
That's kind of relieving.
And if you're really locked in, like I've been up there when all the house lights were off. I'm sure if you're really locked in, like you would not be focusing on any audience members. Now, it's still terrifying. It's because I've never acted on the mall auditorium stage. I've only ever acted in the smaller black box theater.
Yeah.
That's for a reason, because I don't want to be up on that big stage. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, stage managing Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Sorry, I'm jumping topics, but stage managing Diary of a Wimpy Kid was probably one of the most fun experiences that I've ever had. I had so much fun on that show. It was a great way to start off, you know, the vibes of my junior year. The show was not as hectic as we thought it was going to be, which was a really good thing. Tech Week definitely challenged me in the sense that I had to find my footing with exactly how to call cues for a show. Because, okay, so just a very simple way to describe calling cues. There are a million different things happening on stage at once. What I'm doing is I'm looking at my script and I have all of the cues from the lighting designer in my script.
She told me about this.
And I am simultaneously watching the show and looking at my script, and I have to tell the lighting design, I have to tell the lights especially. That's the big one that I did. I kind of did sound and I kind of told projections when to go, but it was mainly lights because there was so much of it. And it's difficult because there's a little bit of a delay with the lighting cues. So I had to like figure out when to call the cue so that the lights would go on time. So that, like, especially with songs, you know, the lights are there for a reason, and it looks cool. It looks really cool when the lights are coming on beat. But the only way I can do that is if I know how to overcompensate for the delay, because I'm talking through a headset and then the person has to like comprehend what I'm telling them, and then they have to press the button. So that took a lot.
Okay.
That took a lot of like trial and error, and me literally reading the script like a book. And I memorized every song. I memorized every page in that script. And I had to basically memorize when the cues are, so then I can focus less on when the cues are and how I can make sure that these cues are on cue or on beat.
So, okay. There's a lot to unpack with
Sorry.
Nah, you're good. So first off, the simultaneous, I guess, focus on not only the stage, but the calling cues as well. How difficult was that for you?
It wasn't super difficult for me, just because I feel like I don't know. I've kind of not been preparing, but I've been wanting to stage manage for so long
Yeah.
that I knew what I was walking into. Like I knew what my job was going to be.
Even though it was an HF setting.
Yeah, I knew what generally what I was going to do. I'm also fortunate enough because I have a background in music, so I didn't have to really focus on like the counting of the beats because it kind of just like came naturally to me. But I told this story a lot because I think it's really funny. When I was calling cues during certain songs, I was like standing up and I was like slapping my thigh on beat to the song, so I looked crazy. If someone came in, they would have just seen me like standing over a desk, like go.
Look like horse gambling.
Go! Like that's literally what
Look
I
like
looked
horse
like.
gambling.
I looked like a horse gambler, and it was funny because there was one time where I was so into it, I was like screaming into the mic. So I was like, "Go, go, go!" And Cam came on the mic, and she was like, "Bro, you don't have to yell." And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I am so locked in." But yeah, I wasn't super surprised by like the amount of work that it was gonna take.
Yeah.
I also am a person who I can learn how to do things pretty easily. Especially with like stuff that I've been surrounded by theater so much that when I'm learning new things in theater, it doesn't take me as long. So it was basically just a lot of, repetition because we ran through the show like 20 times before we opened it.
Yeah.
So I had 20 times to practice.
Yeah.
Which is, you're going to get better with more repetition.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then I'm ASM for Frankenstein, which is opening October 30th. And if you haven't bought your tickets already, you should go buy your tickets right now.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's a great journey, man. I think with you, just as someone who innately loves theater, like it just comes natural to you. It's more so not about having to, how can I say this? Not having to like really just overthink it, but kind of developing like a passion for it. Like I want to do this. Like this is my creative space. This is my comfortable space. This is my comfortable area, right? So for newcomers who are just now getting into theater,
Yes.
for people who are just now stepping into that stage fright, stepping into that Homewood Flossmoor setting, stepping into that stage managing setting, or even just being on the big stage looking out to that black void or whatever you're talking about, right? What advice can you give them on how to be more prepared? And especially for kids who are not as innately passionate as you are, who don't have that natural, I guess, relationship with theater, who are just trying it,
I think that you should try at least one show. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. I think that it's okay to try things and not like it. I'm not one of those theater kids who's going to be like, no, you have to do this. You have to, like, you don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? But I think newcomers coming in, I can't necessarily speak with like the acting side of it because that's just not what I do as much.
Yeah.
But I know that with acting and crew, I know that at least I felt that an awkwardness and a kind of like you're intruding on relationships and spaces that have already been established. Do you know what I mean? Like as a freshman and a sophomore coming into HF, these juniors and seniors have known each other for 3 or 4 years. You know what I mean? So it feels like you're kind of on the outside watching like a friend group. You know what I mean?
That has been one of the worst feelings.
It was awful. It was awful. My first couple of days in theater were awful because I didn't know anyone. I didn't know how to act around. You know what I mean? Like it was stressful, but you have to be okay with being uncomfortable and feeling like you're out of place, especially if you know that theater is something that you want to do. I didn't feel secure in my role in theater, in my place in theater, in anything in theater, literally until September last month. I was still doubting myself, and I still do. You know what I mean? Like I still doubt my leadership role. I still doubt whether or not I'm you know, I'm qualified for this, whether or not I'm a good leader, whether or not I'm a good person for these freshmen to look up to, because I want them to come back. And I want their freshman year to be something that is enjoyable, so that when I'm gone, they can come back and they can be those people who can set up the new generation of theater kids. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just think that you need to be uncomfortable with you need to be comfortable with being a little uncomfortable, because you will find your footing eventually,
Yeah.
and you will find your people, whether or not this is theater we're talking about or anything else.
Yeah.
Just stick with it, because especially with theater, it is so worth it. Like, I was up in the booth, not closing night, it was your Friday show, because Friday audiences are always the best. And I just got so emotional, because I was like, I was cheesing so hard when the bows were happening, and I was just like, okay, this is like all of the stress, all of the crying, the sleepless nights, like it is all so worth it to me to see the audience's reactions to everything that we do. Like, the energy that I get from knowing that the actors did a good job and knowing that the crew did a good job. It's like, it's one of the best feelings in the world, and I don't know if anything else in life will ever like give me that level of like satisfaction. Or I don't know if anything else, but nothing has. You know what I mean? Like, not yet, you know.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
we have to go into a promo.
Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Hey, hold off a little bit.
Sorry.
I got a little something to say to you.
Sorry.
Man.
Sorry.
Wow. Man, just like, how can I say this? It's so incredible to hear about a story that kind of takes you behind the scenes, right? It's not like, oh yeah, I'm at the forefront. You know, I'm not getting the main attraction, but I'm still playing such a significant part. And that's what I've always wanted to talk to you about, Noah. Like, just being a stage manager and being someone who is not seen, but the presence is known through lights and through cues and through certain callings. Like, that is still one of the most imperative parts for that. And I will always wonder to myself, and I could probably ask you this right now, but really, is there ever a time, or are there ever times where you are immensely celebrated for just being a stage manager and for being someone who puts the actors on beautiful display?
Immensely celebrated? I know that I'm appreciated, but I wouldn't say immensely. It's kind of like a general, yeah, we know Noah's working hard, or whoever's the stage manager. Right now, it's my friend Jada. We're all like, yeah, we know Jada's working hard. We know that this wouldn't happen without us.
Right.
But I don't expect it, and I don't necessarily want it. But no, I can't say that I've ever been like immensely celebrated. Now I do, you know, I have like the freshmen who are like, oh my God, Noah, oh my God. But that's just because they're freshmen and they think that everyone who's 2 years older than them is cool. So
that is cool though.
Yeah.
I hope you know that is cool.
I just want to shout out my little freshman babies. I've acquired new siblings through theater. There's a couple freshmen this year. Like, there's one in particular, I won't name drop him because he'll get mad at me, but he literally feels like my little brother, and I love him so much. And it's just like those connections that I've made through theater are just like, yeah. But I don't feel the need to be celebrated when I've, you know, made these kind of connections with people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Just one more question before we get off of our first topic. Is there ever going to be a situation, whether it's junior or senior year, because obviously I know that you're going to still be heavily involved in theater come senior year.
Oh, absolutely.
Is there ever going to be a situation where we see you on the stage? Is there ever a chance where you kind of change? And I'm not saying replace stage managing and become a full-time actor, but just a little possibility of like, you know what? I want to try this out.
I was thinking about it for children's play my senior year. I'm leaning towards no, just because I would miss the crew.
Yes.
Like, I would just miss them, genuinely.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards no, but there's always a possibility. Because I do like acting at a certain point, to a certain extent. But maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Thank you. I mean, great stuff. So with theater, we covered just Noah's journey from freshman to junior year, just how she developed from these homemade plays and, being in church basement to being a villain in a seemingly superhero play to stage managing and becoming one of the more prominent members of HF Theater and becoming a household name. Just managing a lot of the stuff that we see today, being behind the scenes and really just putting her talents to good use and putting a lot of the actors on good display, on beautiful display, and just continuing to hone her craft and continuing to do good on her part.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Yep.
Moving on to our second promo.
Yeah, we got promos. Wait. I can't find it. Okay, it's gone. You're listening to WHFH 88.5 FM Flossmoor. The call-in number is 708-798-9434. Again, that is 708-798-9434. We're listening to 2 Beats and a...
Ew, don't do that ever again, yo.
Listening to...
Yo, let me do it, bro.
Okay.
It's your co-host Bryce Barnett, man. I'm back, man. You're listening to 2 B's in a pod.
Cast.
We're supposed to say it at the same time. You're listening to 2 B's in a pod. Cast. I'm with Noah Allen, once again, our episode 5 guest. We just got through explaining Noah's very, very, very descriptive and inspiring journey with theater, just rising up through the ranks, going from middle school to high school, learning how to become a better stage manager, learning how to become a better person in the process, and really just honing her craft and really just training herself to be such a great theater member.
Yeah.
And really just learning how to build her legacy here at Homewood Flossmoor.
Yes.
Moving on to our second topic.
I'm so excited for this topic.
Noah's relationship with music, baby.
I love music.
All right,
I love music.
I'm gonna give a little rundown. So when I talked to Noah about this, she didn't explain too much. So I'm like, what could she possibly be talking about when it comes to music?
What couldn't I talk about?
And I'm thinking like, is she gonna talk about like the psychological effects of music, like the emotional effects of music, just what she thinks about it? For me, man, music is art. Music is life. Music is almost everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I could really just, man, I ain't gonna go too much into it, but yeah, music is what gets me through the day.
Yes.
I know there'll be times where I don't have my headphones and I'll be like,
I'm like, it's literally like, oh my God. People who are like, I don't listen to music. What is wrong with you?
Yeah,
I just want to.
that's crazy.
Anyone who's listening, who's like, oh,
Bro, I don't listen to music. She has the most despicable look on her face right now.
I would like to be in your brain for an hour. No more, no less. Okay?
Yeah, man.
I don't understand how your brain works.
Yeah.
Because I have loved music. I have had the same Spotify account since 5th grade.
Wow.
And you can see my journey.
How many playlists do you have?
I have 150.
What? What?
Yeah. I'm dead serious. Deadly serious. I love music. I've had the same Spotify account for so long. All of the music that I listen to. Well, I've gone through a lot of musical phases, but right now I'm in the era of listening to a lot of stuff that my parents
that 90s, that 80s, that jive turkey.
Well,
that jive turkey music.
That was disgusting. I listen to a lot of the music, not necessarily that my parents listened to, but that my parents would play a lot when I was little. More specifically, Erykah Badu. My mom.
Speaking of Erykah Badu, 2 B's in the podcast is featuring a lot of that. Erykah Badu, Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson.
Yes. And I'm going to go see Erykah Badu in December. My mom got me tickets for my birthday, and I'm so insanely excited. Yes. Clap for me. Yes.
Is Erykah in your top 5?
Yeah, right now, actually.
Who's in your top 5 besides Erykah, though?
Of all time? Because I can't do that.
You want to do all time?
No, absolutely not. Right now?
You want to do it right now?
Yeah. Okay.
Is there ever going to be a time where you're like, I know who my top 5 is of all time?
I think, no.
There's never going to be a time.
I don't think so.
It's ever changing?
It changes all the time. It's insane. My top 5 for the last my top 5 right now. My number 1 is Blood Orange. Number 2 is Mac DeMarco. Number 3 is Jeff Buckley. 4 is The Clash, and 5 is Erykah Badu.
The Clash.
The Clash.
Never heard of them.
Really?
They rock, indie, alternative?
They're punk. They're punk? It's a punk band.
Man, punk music. Look, man, I've been hearing a lot about punk music lately. It's been making a resurgence.
It has been.
People have been recommending me a lot of punk music. Like, I'm not.
I think that if you want to start listening to punk, The Clash is the most digestible band.
Digestible?
Yeah, because there's like certain things that if you're trying to get someone in a genre, you don't want to like introduce them to like that's like if I wanted to get someone into rap, like I'm not gonna play like I don't know. The first artist that I'm gonna play is probably like Kendrick Lamar. Like I'm not gonna show them like.
I think that's a pretty reasonable choice.
No, I'm saying
that's
because
what rap is all about.
I'm saying that's because he's the most like mainstream, not mainstream, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like he is easily digestible by someone who's not familiar with punk or rap. But like The Clash is a more mainstream punk band. I have one album that you should listen to that I love. That's in my like top 10 albums of all time. But yeah, music is just it is like I feel like my dad told me this one time and it stuck with me ever since. He sent me because my dad went to college to be a sound engineer. And he sent me this thing that he produced in college, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I didn't know that you like did stuff like this. And he was like, music is a part of who you are. Don't ever forget that.
Wow.
And like I have like been thinking about that ever since.
Yeah.
Like I play 2 instruments well. I'm like I can, I guess, play 4. I've played instruments since I was 10 years old. You know, I grew up with music always being on in the house by my dad, my mom, my grandparents. You know, music was just always something that was around. And once I was able to have access to technology, like that was my own, that's when I actually started developing my own music taste.
Yeah.
And that's when I started discovering artists that maybe my parents weren't as big of fans of. But then I also find myself now kind of going in a circle where I'm like, at first I was trying to listen to everything my parents weren't, and now I'm back at what my parents are listening to.
You know what's crazy? Like, I noticed that a lot. Like, especially because I'm not gonna lie, I am a TikTok titan. So I'm on TikTok a lot.
All of that Desire Machine song that you used for.
Are you talking about Desire Machine by Spirit Blue?
Yes, bro. That song has a chokehold on me.
All right, so I'm gonna get into it, right?
You don't know what you've done.
So the beautiful thing about social media is that, like, here are some of the pros, because a lot of people say that there's a lot of cons to social media. I'm gonna just get into the pros. Social media puts you onto a lot of music.
So much
like,
music.
Bro, people don't like to admit it because they like to be like, oh yeah, I got my own original taste, man.
You don't.
Like, I mean, I figured I seen this on my own, man.
I promise
listened to this
you,
on my
you
own.
don't.
Bro, TikTok, let's be so for it. There's nothing wrong with getting songs from TikTok. I would say about like my last like 25 songs have came from TikTok,
Yeah,
bro.
and
it's so great because it's like I experience and I discover new genres. Like I just now started listening to what they're called. What's it called? What more? They're I just hit something. I just hit one of the things. They're called What More. They're like this indie, like alternative rap, like pop band, and I think they're based out of. I don't want to misplace them, but I know they're based out of some big city, right? And I just listened to one of their clips on TikTok, and I'm like, this sounds great. You know what I mean? Like even just recommending songs from mainstream artists that you don't really get to listen to too often, right?
I really started listening to Blood Orange.
Yes. Blood Orange is popular on TikTok, man. Like,
so popular. Because I was familiar with like Champagne Coast, like Charcoal Baby, like all of his really popular songs. But I started listening to Blood Orange a lot when I got TikTok. And my favorite song, Minetta Creek, who if you follow the Instagram page,
if you follow 2Bs of the podcast,
the last post that you made is Minetta Creek by Blood Orange.
Yes.
Like there's something about his music that feels like I'm like in New York. And a little side tangent, I love New York. I want to be in New York. I want to live in New York. I love New York. But
speaking of like music that makes you feel like you're in places.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful, that's how you know you're locked in with
and
music.
I've never, Blood Orange is like my bio, what like my eternal resolution is to do too much. That's a Blood Orange lyric. Like
I've always wondered what that meant.
It's what I think it means is that like it's the lyric in the song where it's like, I feel like what we put on a lot of things and a lot of people who are different than the social norm is that they're doing too much. So I'm reclaiming that, and my eternal resolution to your issues is to do too much. I would rather do too much and be myself than do too little.
That's a bar.
So that's why I put that in my bio, because I was like, that is what I want to live by. My eternal resolution is to do too much. But that's what I'm taught. Like, I'm so locked in with Blood Orange. Like, and it's that kind of stuff where it's like, I'm getting literal, like, morals that I want to live by from music. Like, Jeff Buckley is like, he is just, I have listened to all of his albums. The way he talks about love and like being in relationships is so beautiful that it's made me look at romantic relationships differently. You know what I mean? Like Childish Gambino, Awaken My Love, that album changed my life. Mac DeMarco, Chamber of Reflection, that song got me through COVID. Like all of these things are so like deeply ingrained in who I am that it's like, if I didn't have music, like I genuinely don't know if I would be like who I am.
And one thing to kind of point out, like some things that you just said stuck with me a lot. Like songs that help you get through COVID, songs that change the way you look at certain things. Like that's exactly what we mean by like music has meaning. Music is movement. Music is like, it's art. Like it helps with emotions, like it pushes emotions, it invigorates emotions. Like all of this stuff that we're saying, like even just with songs that get you like pumped up, like and ready to work out or ready to lift weights. Like it's some people, dude, it'll probably be some skinny, scrawny kid in gym class, right? He's only lifting like 25 on each bar. He'll put on like some, let's just say Chief Keef, right? Or some like something that gets him like going.
Are you talking about yourself right now?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about myself. I can live 35. I can live 35.
Did.
I can live 30.
You did. It was so good.
Like some scrawny kid that just wants to get his brain stimulated, his brain moving. He'll turn on something that gets him pumped up. Next thing you know, this kid is pumping 30.
And I also listen to music as I'm getting older, which obviously I'm only 17, but as I'm about to enter a very new stage in my life, you know, like I'm only 2 years away from 2 years from now, I'm going to be at college.
Yeah.
I find myself trying to find moments where I can kind of like have, reminisce on memories of when I was younger. And a lot of the times I do this with music. I play Mama's Gun by Erykah Badu because I can like remember and I can be brought back so like vividly to me being in the backseat of my mom's car and like singing along to all of the songs from Mama's Gun and being like, how good it is, how good it is. And it's like, and it's so, and I'm just like, I'm like in that moment, you know, and there's my dad played A Tribe Called Quest a lot when I was really young.
Man,
I love A Tribe Called Quest. But Electric Relaxation, like I'm in the car with my dad, like going to his house, you know, for the weekend. Like all of these things that I'm trying to not separate myself from because I'm about to be an adult, like not a real adult, but I'm about to enter a new stage in my life where I'm just trying to, you know, reminisce on certain memories, and music helps me do that. I'm also a vinyl collector. So if you want to give me a gift, Christmas, birthday, a gift just because you like me, give me a vinyl because that's a key to my heart. You give me a vinyl, we're locked in, bro.
Yeah. Wow, man. And it's just like we share so many commonalities when it comes to music and just how it resonates with us, right? That's why for me it's so important that some songs have meaning. Obviously, there might be some songs where it's just like I just want to hear the beat or I just want to hear like mumble. You know what I mean?
Bro,
But
you
I mean, you may not get it right now, bro. But trust me, you'll get it.
You and Lucky has you in a chokehold.
Oh man, Lucky.
And
That's
it needs
my guy.
and it needs to be studied because I listen to Lucky and I'm like, I don't get it.
You got to listen to the. So here's the thing. That's why I said like it resonates with people, but it resonates with people differently, right? And some music has different interpretations of it. That's why it's so beautiful to me, right? And that's why it's so like it seems like it's so intelligent and it gets smarter the day by day, right? But the people like Lucky, you may hear the mumble in the first interpretation that you have is, this is gonna be trash, right? Like I don't really like it. I don't really like he's mumbling. But if you really listen to the lyrics, like he's talking about like drug abuse, how to overcome how to overcome this stuff, growing up in Chicago as a, impoverished teen, and, just dealing with all that other stuff, gun violence, losing friends, losing family, having people of his family incarcerated. Like I'm paying attention to these lyrics, but at the same time, it's a combination of that while also like with melodic beats. That's why a lot of people love Juice World. That's why a lot of people love, who else? Playboy Cardi, like even just 2016 Playboy Cardi, because like he's talking about a lot of stuff that changes his life, but the way that he goes about it is a more unique process.
Yeah, and
you know
I want to talk about albums really quick because
Yeah.
I can give you my top albums of all time. I was actually look at that.
I'm actually putting my top
I was
albums.
listening to Collard Greens.
Ooh.
Schoolboy Q. Okay, my top albums of all time. So in no particular order because I can't do that. Gemini Rights by Steve Lacy. To Pimp a Butterfly is probably top.
That's probably
five.
that's mandatory.
But that's mandatory. Mr. Morale is my personal favorite Kendrick Lamar album, but I recognize that To Pimp a Butterfly is the better album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I love Mr. Morale. That album has a special heart. Space in my heart. OK Computer, Radiohead. Demos Before Prom by Malcolm Todd, AM by Arctic Monkeys, Igor, Tyler the Creator's album, Combat Rock by The Clash, Never Forever by Kate Bush.
Kate Bush?
Kate Bush, yeah.
Okay.
Salad Days by Mac DeMarco, Awaken My Love. Wait, hold on, I'm going to talk about that one last. Grace by Jeff Buckley, Mama's Gun, and Awaken My Love by Childish Gambino. Awaken My Love is my favorite. Actually, I can say that.
That's your undisputed favorite.
Undisputed favorite. This album has no skips. All of it is liked. Perfect from top to bottom. There is not a moment in that album that I think is out of place. It is the most beautiful album. The Night Me and Your Mama Met is one of the most it's the most beautiful song I've ever, it's so, and it's just the story that, say whatever you want about Donald Glover, you can have your personal opinions about him, but he talks so much about just his experience with having kids. This album is about his kids. There's a song called Baby Boy, The Night Me and Your Mama Met, Me and Your Mama, all of those songs, and it's just, that album has such a special place in my heart. It's also, my dad used to play that album a lot, which is probably another reason why I love it so much. But yeah, that's...
All right. That's a really great list. I think it's a perfect mixture of obviously rap, neo soul, R&B, pop, rock. Dude, variety is all over the place.
I listen to a lot. I'm never stuck in one genre.
All right. If I could name... I'm not really a top album guy, but if I could name my favorite albums right now, all right, I could definitely do that. Let me see.
The next
Yo, you whisper. Why are you
We
whispering?
gotta get to the next topic because I really want
Okay,
to
okay,
talk about
gotcha,
the next
gotcha.
thing.
All right. I'm not gonna go in order.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Covert Coupe by Currency and the Alchemist. That's
Like-
probably my favorite album.
The Alchemist?
of all time. No, that's not my favorite album. That's my second favorite album of all time.
Because don't you listen? Isn't Most Def the Black Star? That's not the Alchemist though.
The Alchemist is a I'm not gonna say white guy, but like he's not black.
He's not black. Okay.
He's from I think he's from New York. Yeah. He's partnered with like Freddie Gibbs, Earl Sweatshirt, one of the
Freddie Gibbs.
really notable producers of this time. Yeah, Covert Coup by Currency and the Alchemist. I would have to say The Auditorium Volume 2 by Common and P Rock. That is my favorite album of all time. No skips. That jump is crazy. I love that album. All right, what else? I'll probably say it's called Ooh Rap I Ya by George Clanton. I think you should definitely check it out.
Okay.
What else?
Bro, just pick one more.
I'm trying not to have this dead air.
Yeah, bro. Just
The Minstrel Show by Little Brother.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Crazy
All
album.
right. I'm the M Show by.
Yeah,
by
I was like, I don't know if you
I'm
can say
sorry.
that.
I apologize.
No, it's okay.
The M Show by Little Brother. Free Wave 3 by Lucky. My dad just corrected me. The Alchemist is from LA. He's from Los Angeles.
Thanks, Bryce's dad.
Yeah.
Is he listening?
Yeah.
Hi, Bryce's dad.
Hello. Free Wave 3 by Lucky. What else? Take It to Heart by Michael McDonald.
Bro,
I love that dude.
The chokehold that Michael McDonald has on you
I love Michael McDonald.
needs to be studied.
And then Sun Tub by ML Butch.
ML Butch. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know any of those, but
I'll send some to you, bro.
please, they all sound cool.
Send me The Clash. Send me what was the other?
Kate Bush. That's the one that you.
Kate Bush, yes. Send me The Clash and Kate Bush.
I don't know if you would like Kate Bush. She's a lot of like I'm a little weird girl in the forest and I'm playing
It
with
don't matter,
fairies.
bro.
Okay.
It don't matter.
All right.
Oh, and then I also love King's Disease 3 by Nas.
Okay. Oh, my dad is going to flip.
I love Nas, man.
He is going. He's not texting me right now, but I promise you he's gonna say something.
Oh, and then I also love Protect.
Tell him to never say jive turkey music again. That's what my dad texted me. Tell him don't ever say that again. That is coming from my dad.
All right, man. We gotta move on.
We gotta move
on to the next time. We're not gonna play no promos.
Speaking of parents.
Yes. Our third and final topic of today. How do parents influence what you want to be in life?
Oh my gosh.
I think growing up, for me, I drew a lot of inspiration from my parents, especially when it came down to like writing and stuff, because my parents always articulated themselves well, and they always taught me like how to read at a young age. My mom recalls me reading at like 2.
I call bull.
You call bull?
Mm-hmm.
We can agree to disagree. It's fairs.
I want proof.
Fairs, G. Fairs.
I want proof.
Fairs.
And then I'll believe you.
You want proof?
Yeah.
How?
Like a video.
You want a camcorder?
I want a video sent to me with a time date.
The earliest memory I can give you of me like reading at a young age was like probably 5, and I was reading like the subtitles on the TV show.
Yeah.
I still have them on to this day because it's like it still helps me like analyze these words.
I can't understand anything that's going on in a movie if I don't have the subtitles on. It's really bad.
Damn me up for that, bro.
It's really bad, actually. But
Damn me up for that.
Yeah, we're the same. We're
But
one and the same.
But for you, Noah, like just growing up around parents who, for me, seemingly are very nurturing, very caring, and just very confident in your ability to be who you are.
Yes.
Like, how does that affect you, and what have you gone through with that?
So my dad is the more obvious influence, which is why I'm going to talk about him last. My mom influenced me in a lot of ways that I have not realized like until now, especially with, I keep saying it, but Erykah Badu. But I think that my mom exposing me to artists, but especially Black artists who were kind of against the norm. You know what I mean? Because Erykah Badu is neo soul. Erykah Badu's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's not the typical artist. But I think my mom, whether she meant to or not, introducing me to that kind of music so young kind of instilled in my brain like a kind of weirdness that needs to be appreciated a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like it's made me be more secure in like my artistic weirdness and the stuff that I want to do as an artist because I grew up listening to very weird Black artists.
That's actually another way that music kind of correlates to this third topic. That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Bro, great connection. That'd be up for that.
Thanks, bro.
That'd be up for that.
Thanks, bro. Also, my mom she's a teacher. She on the side, it's gonna sound a little off the wall, but it shows how artistic she is. She is a nail artist, but not like just basic like painting. I don't have any pictures. If you want to see, like, I'll show them to you. My mom, the things my mom can do on her nails are insane. She is so artistic in that way, and she's been able to hone in on that one thing. It's insane. She is also an amazing birthday party planner. Let's just say that.
Hey, I should know.
Banger birthdays every year, back to back every year for like the first 6 years of my life. Banger after banger. First one was cupcake themed. Second was Dora the Explorer. Third was Rio. Fourth was Brave. Fifth, I don't remember the rest, but bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers. My mom can plan a party. My sister had a banger of a party this year. My mom is an amazing party planner. But yeah, and she's also very particular, which has translated over to me. And I think she's one of the reasons why I am more drawn to leadership roles, just because I'm like, okay, this isn't working right. And the way my brain works is like, if something's not working, or like if something isn't flowing as smooth as it can, unless it's like I'm being told not to say anything, like my immediate reaction is just like, oh, speak up, tell them that this is wrong, which has gotten me into trouble sometimes, but you know, we won't talk about that. But yeah, that's just how my mom has impacted me, mainly through just watching her kind of be creative in her own way, and finding her own outlets. Now, my dad, man,
he's the GOAT, man.
Yes, my dad is the GOAT. My dad has impacted me artistically so much. Me and my dad, it was until Marvel kind of flopped, but for like the first like 11 years of my life, or even longer, really, for like until I got a car, basically, me and my dad would go see every Marvel movie together. And some of my best memories are being in that theater with my dad, watching like Infinity War, Endgame, like the big Marvel movies, and like being able to experience that with him. We also talk about music a lot. We talk about movies a lot. Like that's just a kind of always a topic of ours that's always going on. My dad has also always been, my mom is a little bit more existentialist in the sense that she's like, I appreciate your artistic abilities and I recognize you for that, but I need you to be realistic in your career choices. Which, you know, I have my own issues with that. But my dad has always literally been like, yeah, if you want to do it, you should do it.
Shoot for the stars, man.
Literally, he's just like, if you find a way to not go to college, you don't have to go to college. Like, he's very like, he truly believes in me, and it feels like almost a little bit too much. But I feel like you can correct me if I'm wrong, Dad, because he is listening. I feel like he sees something in me that I don't even know if I see in myself. You know what I mean? But he has just pushed me to be the best that I can, like artistically, all of my life. He also put me onto most of the music that I listen to.
Same.
What else did he do? Oh, after I joined film, I realized that my dad has a bachelor's degree in broadcasting. I didn't even know that. And I asked my dad, I was like, hey, like, what else did you go to college for? Because he went to college after his 4 years, he went to college for sound engineering. And I was like, what did you go to college for? And he was like, oh, broadcasting. And I was like, it was like everything was connecting. I was like,
It's like a movie scene,
I was like,
bro.
oh my God, everything makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
Everything makes so much sense. But it's also like my passion for music, like not less like your parents, but more my family, like learning more about my family. My great grandfather on my mom's side, I told you about this. He was like a pretty accomplished jazz musician in Chicago in like the 40s and 50s. Now he was a deadbeat, but he, he did that, and that could be why I love music so much, or music kind of comes naturally to me. But I think parents influence literally everything that you do. I think that almost every behavioral thing, every interest that you have, every mannerism that you have, I feel like in some way boils down to how you were raised and how your parents interacted around you. And I think that I would not be as passionate about the things that I am, or be so locked in on what I know I want to do in the future, if my parents weren't as secure in themselves and were willing to share their own creative things and their own interests with me. My dad also has a podcast. He has two, actually. He has his own personal one and one with his best friend. So
Dude,
yeah.
like, you can't make this stuff up, bro. Like, you literally can't make this stuff up, man. Oh my gosh, this guy is amazing.
Bro, the glaze that Bryce gives my dad.
Like, literally, you could not make this stuff up. Like, when I was talking to Noah about her dad, right? And she speaks so highly of her dad.
I love my dad.
You know what I mean? Like, she speaks so highly of her dad. And when she was talking to me about just all the stuff that he wanted to do, because she actually had a conversation with him about me. And she was like, yeah, Bryce does this and Bryce does that. He was like, oh, yeah, I also do this. And she came back to me with that information. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How did I not know this sooner? Because I met you sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
During a speech audition.
It was during speech audition, and I remember sitting in a chair, and Bryce was like a couple seats down for me, and he didn't end up joining speech, which is fine, but
I was scared.
Rightfully so. And he got up, and he had like your shoulders were like up here, and you actually did a good job. You just were so nervous. And I remember you looked at me, and I was like, bro, it's okay. And you were like, and I was like, it's gonna be okay. But then we like actually started talking because we have a lot of mutual friends.
Yeah. And what's crazy is I'm just now learning about this my senior year. Like,
yeah.
Bruh.
It's okay, bro. It's okay, bro. You probably, listen, I've changed so much these past 2 years. We probably would not have vibed as much.
We probably would have been still friends if it was like sophomore, freshman. Wait, because if you were a freshman, I was a
sophomore.
Yes.
And I was a sophomore, you were a junior. There you go.
Yes.
Because you're a year older than me. So, when you talk about my age, whatever my age is, you're gonna be a year above me.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Yeah, whatever.
So
we would have vibed though. We would have been really. I think we would still have been really good friends because we still have a lot of commonalities. Like we still enjoy the same. My music taste sophomore year was kind of trash, but it is what it is.
It's better now.
Yeah, it's better.
I'd say it's almost great. I feel like if you round it out, because
what makes it? What's the flaws of it?
You're not versatile enough. That's my critique.
Got it.
And I, of course, am biased because I think I have the best music taste.
Yeah, of course you do, bro.
No, and I actually do. And I'll stand on that. I'll argue with the wall. If you think someone has better music taste than me,
she doesn't listen to Lucky.
Bro, shut up. If you think someone has a better music taste than me,
wait. You're saying that you're versatile.
Argue with the wall.
But you don't listen to like.
I'm not saying that I need to listen. I don't want to listen to mumble rap. I listen to rap.
Then you're not versatile because you're not. That's not versatile.
Oh my God. Okay, send me mumble rap and then I'll be versatile. But anyway,
I will gladly send you.
What I'm saying is that you need to listen to more rock, man. You need to listen to more rock music.
Bruh. You need to pull up my playlist.
You need to listen to more rock music, and you need to listen to more.
I listen to rock.
Nah.
Hold on, bro. You don't even know our playlist for real.
Okay.
I bet.
Okay, sorry.
Hold up, bro. I think it's in some playlist.
What? If you have to look deep for rock music that I don't think.
What about this, bro? I listen to UK pop music, but like retro. I'm talking about like the Charlatans.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's
okay.
it.
No, and I will send you a lot of. I'm gonna send you a lot of stuff.
Send me some punk music.
Yes, I do. Punk and grunge are probably my two favorite subgenres of rock.
I've been getting put onto a lot of grunge.
Grunge.
I'm getting put onto a lot of rock.
Don't you have to do the podtastic recap?
But that's in 5 minutes.
That's in 5 minutes?
Yeah, if you still want to talk about your parents, then
my parents are cool. I love my parents. Shout out to my mom. She birthed me. She did. She
Yo, keep it PG-13, bro.
It is.
You
Shout
need
out
to
to
be
my
PR
mom.
trained.
I wouldn't be here without her. We look very similar.
Go ahead, man.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. She gave me all of my good looks. Well, oh wait, no, Dad. Wait. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah. You can see my look, bro. You can see the look on my face.
My mom is gorgeous. My dad is handsome. I love both of them. They're both great. They're great parents.
Saying it like a robot, yo. All right. I love my parents, man.
Yeah, I love.
Bro, you about to say you love my parents?
Yeah, but
like back up, yo.
It sounded really.
It's my turn, but back off. All right, look, I love my parents. Man, they've given me such a great platform for a lot of stuff, and just with music, learning how to treat people, learning how to treat myself. Like, can't thank them enough. I know there's a lot of times where I'm like difficult to deal with. Like, I got my own emotions and stuff like that. Sometimes I be like reserved and I don't feel like talking, but. You know, I love them. I love them, man. I really do. But even with Noah's parents, like, even for parents across the globe and across the world, like, it's important to know how you can affect your child just growing up. Because it's important to know that a lot of stuff and a lot of behaviors that you see your children exhibiting, it comes from you. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes it's not gonna always be like that. Sometimes your kid is gonna have their own life. They're gonna have their own, natural behaviors and their own individual, likings and routines.
Clock is ahead.
It is?
I've been looking at that clock.
Holy moly. I'm gonna just finish this out real quick.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But yeah, just know how you can influence your kid because, a lot of people like Noah, a lot of people like Bryce Christian, a lot of people around the world, a lot of people around Homo Flossmore.
A lot of people like Bryce Barnett.
Yeah, are extremely gifted, man. And it comes from you. So for our podtastic recap, with our episode 5 guest, Noah Allen. We talked about Noah's journey with theater and how she just went through the motions of rising through the ranks, her relationship with music, and just how it affects her, how it affects her day, and how she doesn't like to miss her headphones at home because it's going to drive her crazy.
One time I drove 20 minutes back to my grandparents' house because I realized that I lost my headphones and I was 30 minutes late to my first period.
That's real. And then...
But, oh, wait, my parents didn't.
You got caught red-handed.
Oh,
and then we talked about Noah, or how parents can influence what you want to be in life. And Noah talked about that with her parents, and I also talked about that with mine.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to episode 5, 2 B's in a podcast. Unfortunately, Bryce Christian, my co-host and twin, could not be here today. But we have such an amazing guest with us, Noah Allen. Thank you for coming on, man.
This was great. I love this.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem, bro.
It's been 2 B's in a podcast, man. I'm Bryce Barnett.
I'm Noah Allen.
And we are out.
Wait, listen to make sure you listen.
Oh, you gotta play some music, man.
Make sure you listen to my radio show tomorrow.
Strange things are happening.